Welcome to the Village of North Hudson Public Works Committee meeting of September 19, 2023. Item number 1 is call to order. Roll call, please.
Trustee Keller?
Here.
Chair Pike?
Here. All right. Item 2 is approve the minutes of August 15, 2023 Public Works meeting.
A motion to approve the minutes of August 15th, 2023 Public Works meeting.
And I'll second that. Any discussion?
No discussion.
All in favor of accepting the minutes as they stand, say aye.
Aye.
Passed. Item 3, comments from the floor. Got a huge gallery of empty chairs tonight. Item number 4, water and wastewater metering discussion only. Any updates on that?
No.
Okay. So remind me where we left off. We thought we were going to be able to meter
Hudson put in
the right.
meter, and if we decide or when we decide that we want to be able to read that meter, they're stating that they'll have to give us permission to tap into it to put our own panel to read it.
Okay.
So we're doubling up on meters.
I hope it'd be the same meter.
Same meter, yeah. It's just two different
They must
outputs.
have it on their SCADA system so they can see it remotely, I imagine.
Assuming.
He told me that, it's like your water meters. Those are just monitored remotely.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily tied into their SCADA system.
Oh,
So they get like readings, real-time readings on that particular meter that's in there now. So,
we should ask for reports now that they've got the meters up. Can we do that?
Yeah.
you can ask for
I
it.
can ask for
Ask
them.
for a monthly
Yeah.
report and see if they're okay with doing that.
Okay.
Okay. Item number 5, Flex Seal status.
Everlast Rehab came on Wednesday, September 13th, and prepped and completed all the brick and mortar repairs. They'll be back Wednesday, September 20th to do the actual flex sealing, and they'll be able to finish it that day, pending the weather.
And that's
So-
that covers what we had budgeted for this year.
We're using that amount up.
Okay. So we want to remember that going into budget next year.
Yep.
And we can talk about that more in budget, but we should try and get a few more done. We're just attacking sometimes the ones that are kind of falling apart right now, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure would like to get ahead of that game. Any questions? All right. Item 6, DOT asphalt trail along 35. Where's that one at?
Do you want the whole definition or just the cost?
There's-
So the cost is $8,449 to move it. There's just a lot of conflicts that go on with it.
Who's paying for it?
From what I'm told, we don't have a choice. We're paying for it because the state's, we're paying for it. We can hire it out ourselves and it'd be more cost effective, or we can pay the state to do it when they do the project. So the most cost effective way is for us to do it.
Okay, they're putting in a trail we didn't ask for, and they're gonna make us pay to move our,
Well, our hydrant's on their state right away. So I don't think,
Yeah.
that's required by, that one was required by the state, though, that hydrant, wasn't it?
It's the municipalities, so if you've got electric or gas and it's in conflict and it's in the right of way, those folks have to pick up that cost, so it's almost like you're a utility within their right of way.
I guess,
I know it's,
I would like to say something to the county about that,
what's the state?
or, this is the state?
This is the state. Yep.
State's doing, the trail's being done by the county, isn't it?
no, they got a grant for the project, but it's all driven by the state is,
They're using so they're, like we would do, they're using the DOT basically to build their,
yep,
and they're paying a portion of the trail? The
Yep.
county is, like an 80-20 thing, or?
something on that magnitude. It's just like what happened down on Wisconsin Street when you had STP funds.
Right.
DOT was funded a portion of the project, and
just-
like the oversight was all done by the
Yeah, but
DOT
when they're-
and bidding and all
They didn't
that.
tell us anything about, we didn't vote on having them put that in there, the trail. And they didn't tell us that we were gonna be
Sure.
responsible for moving a hydrant. How much do you think you can get it done for on it if we did it ourselves?
$8,449.
Okay,
Shouldn't there be some grant money that was part of that for this too?
Unfortunately, you get into like the sewer and water portion, just like Wisconsin
Yeah.
Street, that's 100% local share.
yeah.
Okay.
So all the other items is cost eligible for the funding.
Do we budget for it?
No.
What do we got for-
Yeah, that's just,
This isn't happening right now. We're not looking for a motion to approve this.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
just a discussion. They haven't, the final plans aren't even in for the trail yet.
Okay.
So
Will it happen
once
this
we
year?
get those, not this year, it'll be next
No,
year.
it'd be next
Okay.
year.
So
Yeah,
it'll be
there's
something
some
that we can
time.
budget for.
Yeah.
We just wanted to get the price so we know what to budget for.
we'll keep it on your radar for budget time.
Yep.
See if there's anything else that we can do to find on that end.
Yeah,
That doesn't seem right.
it doesn't seem right. I mean, I understand.
Yeah,
It's similar to what we do in the
Yeah.
village. But it seems like we should have, if they were gonna end up charging us something, they should have said something to us. Who'd they say this to? You?
yeah, they send out, well, they sent the stuff out, God, to Melissa, I don't know what it was, 3 months ago.
Oh.
So you gotta acknowledge that, what they show on the plans is accurate for the utilities. And then they identify, what areas could be in conflict, and then they want to know, do you want to include that as part of the project, or you want, to take that on prior to the project? So there's coordination back and forth between the community
Do
and,
we need that fire hydrant?
Yeah, yep.
What's it close to?
Well, 35, that's why we gotta move it. It's right by the dental office, so there's fiber optics there, there's storm sewer, that's why it's gotta move 12 feet instead of 8. And then we gotta insulate it, because we won't have the cover because of storm sewer. So it's just a lot more to it than simply moving it. We gotta dig the trench, because we got it 12 feet long, because we gotta slide the pipe under it instead of dropping it down.
Crap.
So it's,
there's a lot of stuff.
there's a lot more, if we were just moving it, this price would be a lot less, but it's just because all the other underground utilities that are in conflict, so.
Whose fiber's in there?
Oh, I couldn't tell you.
That,
When we called in to locate, there was fiber optic flags. I don't remember the company.
I wonder, it's either Baldwin or it's Comcast. Because Baldwin was coming down from the north, but I didn't think they came that far down.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, it's Comcast, more likely.
Yeah. Okay, well. So, all right, when we come to budgeting, that's when we'll bring it to the, I mean, Frank's aware of this?
Yeah.
Because Melissa was, okay. When, so that lady accepted the position, the administrator.
Okay.
So when she gets on board, make sure you bring this one to her, let her know.
Yeah,
She might as well get into it. All right.
good one for right away.
Okay, item 7, chair update. I have nothing at this point. Item 8, engineers report. Kevin?
Just a reminder that the village still has those LRIP funds for the Fifth Street project.
Which have to be spent by,
So the sunset date on that is June 30th of 2025.
okay,
So that project has to be completely done, paid out by that sunset date.
okay.
So we suggest, if you are gonna use those dollars, that you would actually do the construction next year.
Do we
So
have
you-
any other LRIP funds, or is that it?
That's it,
And you're applying for more this year?
yes.
Okay. Matt, if you think Fifth Street is the next, I mean, we have a sheet somewhere
Yep.
on capital, what we thought was next for capital projects. So if that's what you still think needs to be done, let us know for sure. And then start planning it, I guess.
Yeah. I know you guys are going through your budget cycle, so,
Yeah.
just so you know,
That's 30-70 split, or what's the split on that?
50/50,
50, okay.
yeah.
And I don't remember how much of, is it all of Fifth Street?
So basically, it's from Wisconsin Street up to Monroe, that stretch. And we were just looking, like what you did on St. Croix Street, just to, pulverize it.
okay.
The intersections are already done,
Yeah.
well, because we did them on St. Croix.
Right,
So it's
right.
Just straight shots.
Okay, well, that shouldn't be too bad.
No,
but we'll want to let the residents, because they'll pay, the residents on Fifth Street will end up paying something? Okay.
Yeah, that's like what we did on St. Croix Street. There'll be a
Okay.
portion there that'll be special assessed.
Any questions for him on the LRIP? Okay. Anything else?
So I met with Ron Derrick tonight.
Ooh,
Ron Derrick, the booster station.
oh, Derek.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there was still a couple items up there that were remaining. And one of them being the dehumidifier in there. The one that we have in there is substandard, I guess you would say, and we need to get a commercial grade.
And they put
Unit.
the substandard one in there, or did we?
Well, they had one in there, but we tried supplementing with another one, but it's still, I mean, when it gets super humid, you can see the pipe sweating.
Okay, and
So it's-
Matt was recommending we get a better one anyway, right?
Yeah. So I've got him agreed to, there's some letter of credit money that's still sitting out there.
Okay,
So he said that we could use that to purchase a commercial grade one.
and
They're around $3,600, so they're pretty expensive.
we put it in?
They're just a portable,
Oh, it's just portable?
yeah, so it's
Okay.
real easy.
All right, so they said we could use that?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
So I just he wanted me to get back to him on what that dollar amount, how much it's gonna
Go
cost,
shopping, Matt.
and then how much remaining,
Okay,
dollars are sitting there.
in the letter of credit?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep. The other thing, like you alluded to, there are some grant opportunities coming up. One of them being what they consider that STP urban. So that's a DOT project. So we use those dollars on Wisconsin Street project a couple years back.
yep,
Those are going to be due the end of October. And we actually applied for that last year. That was at BIL.
okay.
We call it a BIL STP urban.
Yeah.
And we had chosen Monroe Street for
Okay.
that app. So we're thinking it would make sense for the village to just reapply for those
Okay.
same funds for that project. So if you guys are on board, we would,
And make sure Monroe's what you want to do? Okay,
so. And then the other thing is, your smaller LRIP, for those smaller resurfacing projects, those apps will be due in November of this year. And then they have an additional one, they call it a supplemental. And that's same due date, November 1st. That one you can get up to maximum is 90/10. So 90% would be picked up by
nice,
state and then 10% maximum.
nice.
So I think you would want to apply for something for that program as well.
And a bigger chunk?
Yeah, yeah.
Got
So-
ideas, Matt?
I'll have to,
When do you guys do your pacer? Do you do that every year?
every 2 years.
Yeah, every 2 years.
When's the last one?
It was just done this March,
Okay,
so,
and you're agreeing with the pacer? Did you get a look at it?
yeah, yep.
Okay. All right, well, again, I think we want to mention these things at budget time,
Yeah.
Although Kevin doesn't sit in on our budgeting,
Yep.
bring them up.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope, that's all I got.
Any other questions for Kevin?
No. Nope.
And as far as the Derek, is that Derek 2 or 3? Are those both done?
Yeah, all the additions are finished. I think, I talked to him tonight, and he said there's only like 2 or 3 lots remaining in that latest addition.
Okay.
So they are,
And then they were,
That's full
did they
build out.
fix what was it, the park area that they had kind of messed up there? On one of those additions?
believe so,
Yep, they
yeah.
put up silt fence for where it was, all that stuff was silting in over the trail.
Yep.
Yep, they fixed it immediately once we notified them. so-
Okay, so everything's good in that regard too?
Correct, yep.
Okay, so you're kind of I forget. Used to work with Melissa on the development plan, was it called? What's it called?
Developers agreement?
Developers agreement. So is that all done then?
Yeah, I mean, then it's just a matter of, and I'd have to go back and look. Typically, there's like a final acceptance,
Okay,
which would include the booster station and then the last improvements that were as part of the
Have you seen the developers agreement?
I have not, no.
Share.
I can get you a copy. You can take a look at it.
Just in case he catches something that we need
Sure.
to. I don't like leaving those things sit out there, because when I first got on here, I think Derek 1 or 2 was in progress, and it just, like, nobody was keeping an eye on, it didn't seem like anyone was keeping an eye on what was happening. And Kevin and I started talking about who's supposed to do that. Well, it kind of fell on Melissa's plate, and until the new person gets up to speed, I just thought you should, take a look at it. Okay. Nothing else from Kevin. All right, number 9, director report. Any updates, Matt?
Nothing really, just starting on that park restoration from the storm. We got black dirt, and we're gonna seed it in the late fall, so it doesn't sprout until spring, and starting to get ready for winter.
Okay. Get the plows ready, you mean?
Just getting all the trucks and
Yeah.
making sure we got cutting edges and everything we need for the winter, so
Okay. How's the new staff doing?
phenomenal.
Okay.
We're working on training now to get them all certified in
Great.
CDL, and so it's going really good.
Good.
Awesome.
It's good to hear. All right, that takes us to number 10. Okay, so I'm gonna remind you, I think, again, but we want to get a list. That list of, there was a list that we always worked off of things that we were gonna buy for this year. And I think we got everything for this year.
Correct.
Do you have that list? If you don't,
Do, but it's not,
Yeah,
it doesn't
can-
reflect what we purchased.
okay, but
'Cause
maybe.
We changed things.
Yeah, and if there's other things that are on there still that we swapped out for something else, that's okay. I want to start working on that list, because they're going to start pushing us for budget numbers pretty soon. And as far as your overall budget, that would be Nathan.
Yep.
Would share that with you, but primarily what we get involved with are the capital expenses that you want to spend, and we'll push the board to get the things that you want to get.
Okay.
If you need another Mack truck or something like that. The big items is usually what we dealt with. It was mostly the capital. And then he always had, and Nathan can show you what he gave Patrick, he always had an ongoing, here's what our expenses are gonna look like. It was like a little spreadsheet, and it would say, we're doing this much for Flex Seal, we're doing this much this year.
We've got that prepared for
Okay,
the budget
yeah.
meeting.
Okay,
So
good.
That's already complete.
All right, good. Well, could you share it with us?
Yeah.
And have they told you when the budget meeting is yet?
It's on my calendar. I couldn't rattle it off.
It's out in October sometime, right? Or is it sooner than that?
I would have to look. I couldn't even make up a date right now.
Okay, well, hopefully Public Works can get a look at that, and then what you were hoping for capital. What you're looking for capital things that you want to get next year. Any questions about budget items?
Nope.
Anything you want to buy?
Gotta look at the budget.
Okay,
There's, after all our purchases, there's 1638 left from that, what we budgeted for, that capital budget left.
okay,
After the skid steer and the mower.
all right. Wait, what is that? That's not what I wanted. Huh. There it is. Okay, so try and bring those sheets with us to the next meeting, and those would be considered future agenda items, but we'll just discuss them under number 10.
Okay.
Any future agenda items that you want to put out there? Kevin?
Do we want to put Fifth Street on there, or?
Yeah, why don't we start talking about Fifth
Okay.
Street, keep it in front of us.
Sure.
And then I guess we'll, do we want to put on for the follow-up on the developers agreement with the status of the booster station?
Yep, because I would like to just be able to check that thing off and say it's
Sure.
all done.
Yeah. Yep.
That's all I would have.
Okay, Kevin, anything?
No, I think that's.
Anything from you? Nothing from me?
Good.
Given that, we are adjourned at 5:50. Thank you.